Hello. I did it right, I think, that time. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 51 of the Star Chasers. Split the party, Marley. Nothing bad has ever happened to Sweetest Bean Marley. And that's what's important, and I don't want anyone to be mad at me.
Hi, I'm Marley.
No, so that's not true. That's a bold-faced lie.
Which is something Marley doesn't do.
He's physically incapable of.
Real one face, that one.
It's just a regular one face. In the last two episodes, we saw Storm go back to Neverwinter and Hester go back to High Hill University and wrap up some stuff from backstory and learn some various things about ongoing threats before booking to reunite with Marley on the Rock of Brawl. They are both currently on their way. Marley defied her goddess, the Raven Queen, who banished her from the Shadowfell. Banished from the Shadowfell and sent her back to the Rock of Brawl, where she started the Star Chasers adventure. Liz says someone's mic's picking up crickets.
That might be me.
Okay.
We have cricket ambiance.
It might be me too. I do have my window open, and I can close it.
It's the crickets on the moon.
It's crickets on
moon
the moon.
Crickets.
Oh man,
It's moon
there's a guy in the corner who's got a cart with deep fried moon crickets. So good.
It's Jiminy Cricket taking down the notes for our campaign.
That's right.
How many more honeypots do I have to get in this fucking level? God damn it, Jimmy.
It seems impossible. I always forget he's in those games. Okay. So, we will pick up with Marley, having just been cut off from Storm of Stars' telepathic communique. And Marley, you are just sort of standing in the middle of the street of the Rock of Brawl. People cutting around you in their carts. Hey, move it!
Moon crickets, get your moon crickets.
Yeah, so I believe that before that I was crying despondently in the street. But now I guess I'm waiting. I at least got contact with Storm, and I know that he's on his way, was the last communication that I got from him, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, do I know... Because I came in on, like, a dragonfly-ish, like, ship or some kind of elf crazy ship, right?
Yes, correct.
Way back. So I would know where, like, ships from...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everywhere coming in. I guess I would start to head that way and then just wait for Storm.
Okay. You wait for several hours, and that's where we'll wrap up the episode. So, great game, everybody.
One of our better ones.
We won D&D, guys.
It's a waiting game.
It's about the moves you don't make.
It's like the Harold Pinter episode, but just the pauses.
This is a super cut of all the pauses.
Just all the pauses.
But no, actually, as you are walking towards the port, why don't we introduce our guests for this episode, who are played by our regular cast members, Timothy and Marty. Timothy, why don't you go first, describing your character?
My character is Deezin. He is a Eladrin elf, druid, stars druid. He sort of has a distracted look. You might think he's sort of rolling his eyes at you or unimpressed or something, but he's actually thinking about the stars all the time and celestial positioning and his position relative to various things, and he's calculating it and observing the world around him and if there's any correlation, and he's always sort of deep in thought that way. So he comes across as I don't know, aloof or something, I guess, to most people, seemingly. And in his charge, he has Marty. We're both, I guess, in on a sort of our own time, or heading in, and I'm hopeful to obtain some lenses, special lenses for a telescope. That's my own personal thing. And maybe something nice to eat. I hear the moon crickets are fresh this year, so we'll see what happens. I'm sort of ascetic sort of look, like a shaved head, maybe a top knot kind of thing. Your basic sort of druid robes, but with a little bit of a sparkly cast. I have a chart I work on all the time in my spare time. Sort of like, I guess, a oilcloth or something that's will resist the elements, but something I can work with. And a scimitar, and that's it.
Okay, great. And Marty.
Hello. This is my first time in town. Like my first time in town, but like my first time that I'm allowed to just kind of be here with only like the one supervisor. So this is really great for me. Yeah. I'm young, I guess, for an elf, but like who can even tell? But anyway, so I'm very young and very excited to be here, and I am a great druid. I am super good at it. I've studied all the druid books. And people tell me that's not the best way to get in touch with nature, but okay, books are once trees, so I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway, it's super exciting to be here. I'm just here because like I'm allowed to be here, and that's gonna be great. I hope we go on some adventures or something, or maybe find some interesting people, or things, or plants, or whatever. I can talk to anything. It's really great to be here. Oh, I'm Jakai Anora, which means blessed gift.
I don't know where you found all that energy, but give me some, please.
Yeah. Have some more of these chocolate-covered coffee beans.
Absolutely.
Really good.
These are good for you, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. They're good for you. I hear that they're almost as good as a good berry. Sort of a DIY good berry. A chocolatier's good berry. Yeah. So hopefully we won't get into any sort of adventure. But something that excites the imagination, certainly. But I don't know. I mean, you're very
every day's an adventure.
Well, that's what I mean. I just trouble. It's just we you've been to town? Yes? No?
Well,
Yeah.
yes, technically, but like
Not
it was
like
always kind of like hold hands, count up numbers.
Right.
2.
Yeah. Well, there's just 2 of us now, so that'll be easier.
2.
Exactly. Okay, sorry. 1. Yes.
That's all of us accounted for then.
It's both all of us. Yes, both all. 2 is 1. Right? Okay. That's good.
All things are one on the moon.
Yes. That's well. Not really. There's other things. I mean, there is a oneness. Sure, everything is one, and there's a cycle, and wheels within wheels, and all of that. Certainly. You're just really apt, aren't you? Precocious and just so good at it's great. You're just.
Thank you. You're great.
Thanks. Thank you. Yes, I was particularly. You're just eating it all up. You're going to be a great druid before we know it, right?
Absolutely. I don't know why everybody calls you miserable. I think you're great. Everything's great.
I wasn't aware of. It's probably the Saturn in my first house.
It's mostly horses.
Oh, horses? Say I'm not great? When you talk... Look, I
Just so you have a lot of low energy.
I don't like to give sugar to the horses. A carrot is a natural sugar source, but the lumps, I mean, is that why they think I'm miserable?
Mm-hmm.
I see. There's more to it. I see you're it's fine. You don't need to tell me. It's all right.
It's hard lying to druids. We
Yeah,
have such
I'm
high
not.
wisdom.
It's right. I'm not. I'm not. Yes. It's all right. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to find lenses.
Lenses?
Yes. Why? Are you aware of a lens crafter in the area?
Not at all, but I can learn everything about it in like just give me like a day.
You're gonna grind me a lens? Is that what you're gonna posit?
Yes. I will mold earth into stone.
Okay.
Like a grindstone. And
right.
then
go on.
I'll need glass, right?
Sure. Well, we can do that. I mean, it's sand, plenty of sand, right? We just need to heat it up, create glass. So then you're going to grind it, and you're going to be able to grind it to a degree of precision where I can more clearly.
More levels for this.
Well, I mean, how old are you?
149 probably. Mm.
Right. You're like you're a kid.
Yeah.
You're a kid. I mean, but you've been at this not very long. I mean, you're almost up to where I am between you and me, as far as like, druid belt. Yeah,
it's all greens and browns.
It's all greens. Yeah, it's all hues. It's about different gradations. Like I'm hunter, and you're like at puce, and that's the one down from where I am. Marley's probably already. I don't know this yet, but Marley's. Who knows what emerald or some shit.
Gosh, I sure do miss Marley. So much so that I thought I saw her.
What? Really?
You just walked past her.
Your passive perception, right? What's my passive P here? 17. All my passives are my in investigation's 11.
There's a crying shadow over there.
What?
It's a crying shadow being yelled at by that man and that horse.
Hey, sir, is that one of the horses that was saying this stuff about me?
No, Jim's pretty ambivalent about it.
They all know it. Pulled strongly in multiple directions because of the reins, probably.
The horse looks at you, Chikai, and says, "It's a living."
Right.
Keep at it, Jim.
Maybe I should start carrying some sugar around with me. I don't know. Is that Marley? Is that Marley? Is that Marley? Is that you? Marley, over here.
I think it is.
It is.
With my passive perception of 23.
Right.
Yeah, just can't see a thing. This man is all up in your face. No, yeah, you can see them.
Too much sun.
Right. Too much sun on the moon.
Unfiltered.
Yeah.
My eyes are all puffy from crying so much.
Are you?
It's reduced it to a 22.
Yeah.
I create some water and offer you a cup of water. Here, drink this. You'll feel better. What is it? Are you ill?
Oh my gosh. Deezin Timothy?
Yes.
Marley, it is you. And I just hug the hell out of you.
I'll take a beat because I'm so shocked, but then return the hug. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I'm on the moon, and you all would be at the moon enclave. What are you doing in town?
It's just a kind of personal time. Buddy system. That's standard. But Chikai is just kind of very excited to be here. We're kind of playing it easy. I have a few things I'm looking for. But what are you doing? Are you here with other people, or are you by yourself?
By myself for the moment. I wasn't until very recently by myself.
Did you miss your airship?
No.
Have you been here for 6 months?
So,
Also, no.
That's a good what if.
What if Marley was here for 6 months?
I don't want to bother anyone.
what if Marley had never worked up the nerve to say hello? So you're newly returned. Do you do you need to eat something? Are you all right?
I'm kind of, okay. Honesty hour. Kind of in a state of shock right now.
Okay.
I was just recently banished by the Raven Queen from the Shadowfell, where I was about, say 10 minutes ago.
Where your family is from? Your home?
Yes.
Why did
Oh.
the Raven Queen do that?
She got real mad because I told her no.
Oh. Yeah, gods are, willful that way. I hear.
Yeah.
I haven't met one, but I hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gods
it's
probably don't
been-
like that, but it's your body, your rules. So I'm sure you had a good reason.
Yeah, I kind of thought that she was an evil goop monster, and I'm still not unconvinced of that. There's a lot
Evil
that's happened in
evil
the last...
goop monster.
Yeah.
Are you? I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on you.
I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on you.
I mean, some of the fatigue of just crying for like 20 minutes certainly lifts. Like your eyes feel better. You're not dehydrated anymore. You're getting enough water now. Some of Chikai's energy is infectious.
Yeah, gosh, that does feel a lot better. Yeah, so I'm currently waiting for one of my friends who was also banished from the Shadowfell, but he's a tabaxi, he's not a Shatterkai.
Ooh.
He's gonna be coming on a boat or something probably anytime soon, and I'm not really sure if I should wait here or if I should wait at the tavern where we met. Maybe I should wait at the tavern where we met. I don't...
That might be a better way to spend your time than hanging around by the port. I mean, the port area, tends liminal places tend to attract all kinds of mixed elements. It just might be more pleasant. It might be easier, and I'm sure it'll be easier for you to get in touch, particularly if you have a common point of reference, right? So,
It's probably better than standing in the street. Just go around. God, all the energy you're wasting. Anyway, yeah, let's go to this tavern.
it's okay. You'll be fine, Jakai.
I could use my ID.
Yes, yes. They'll probably ask you for your IDs.
Druid crafted it out of mums.
May I see that?
Yeah, try and be gentle with it. The
That's
mums
all right.
haven't settled.
Okay. Well, I mean, you show it to me when it's ready. I don't want to,
Okay.
That's fine. Anyway, good show. Good job. Well done. You're just okay. Cool.
You can tell us all about your adventures that
uh,
led up to you being banished by the Raven Queen, who's mad at you for standing up for yourself, and I'm proud of you.
Okay, well,
Thank you, Jakai.
I take your hand and start leading you, even though I don't know where I'm going.
It's Luigi.
Come on!
The inn name that we always forget.
Yeah, it's the Laughing Beholder. I just looked it up
The Laughing Beholder.
right. That's right.
because I forgot it again.
Hear me. Tell me left or right.
Well, that's I think that's a pretty well-known place on Brawl, right? So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, Deezin, you've definitely been there before. Jakai probably not, but you for sure have, or at least familiar with it.
Sure, I'm sure I've
Yeah.
seen it. The sign is pretty. It's like a circle with like 10
Yeah, it's
blinking chaser lights on the eyeballs or something.
they blink.
Ding, 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 ding. Wow. Right.
Each eye spells out open.
Right. I believe I know where it is. So we can keep you company. That would be forgive me for saying you just seem a bit out of sorts.
I mean, that's well perceived, Deezin. Yeah.
So, we're here. If you need to speak, you're certainly welcome to. You don't have to though. If it's something you'd rather not do, isn't that right, Jakai? Jakai.
Yeah, and don't worry, I didn't notice you crying.
I don't think I was trying to hide it. I was crying in the middle of the street. I think a lot of people saw it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Hey, pipe down. You just go get some moon crickets or
I
something.
calls it like I sees it. I'll get some moon crickets though.
Yeah, right. They're good, huh?
They are good.
It's a 2-for-1, I think.
It's
Fresh.
It's a clean protein.
They're in season. It's a clean protein.
Bag of teriyaki.
That's right. The teriyaki moon crickets are the best.
I prefer Cool Ranch.
Oh, wow. You're daring, sir. Daring. Well, good day to you.
And to you. It's turned into a fairly pleasant interaction. You know what?
It's right. Like,
Bro gets a bad rap, but it's about people.
right, exactly.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Am I right?
Hey,
That's right.
Ghostbusters 2 over here.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2, everything. All the twos. Yeah, I don't know. It's easy to do here in the city. Suddenly you start speaking to everybody else. It's good though. It's good to have some degree of adaptability, right? Dialectical. So we can take you there. Was there any place you wanted to? Do you know when your friend is arriving?
No.
Okay, so if they're coming by ship, it's probably going to be a little while. So, I mean, did you want to get anything while we're here in the city?
I'm kind of trying to process a lot of things that happened in like the last couple of hours. So making a decision is not
No problem.
that's going to happen right now.
No problem. Let's go to the bar, and if on the way I see a lens crafter, I may pop in and get one, and you're welcome to join me, or else go ahead with Jakai. I think the two of you might, be fine on your own for a few minutes if I went and did that, right? We could sort of have a de facto buddy system.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a buddy here now.
Right.
I'm on my own now.
That's right. Well, you can take point, really. I mean,
Cool Ranch crickets make your breast stink.
that's well observed. That's why I avoid that flavor. I think it's the dairy. It's the lingering dairy.
Yeah.
In the cool. I don't know if the cool part is if the dairy is in the cool part or in the ranch part. I'm a little afraid to ask, or if it's some sort of synthesis derived from two resin X, resin Y, that kind of thing. Anyway, the Laughing Beholder. What time of day is it? Lunchtime, dinner time, breakfast time, noontime.
It's
Moon time.
Hey, baby, I'm on moon time.
It's high moon, right?
I'm gonna say it's lunchish.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, there might be a lunch rush happening. See if we can get a table.
You once again cross the street. Bunch of people bump into you. I'm playing the Spider-Man game for PS4 again, and the most unrealistic thing about it is if you kind of get too low and go into people, you can hear a New Yorker go, "Oh my goodness!" and not go fuck yourself, you fucking prick.
I'm walking here.
You kidding me with
Shit.
this?
I spilled my crickets.
We're all used to Showtime, though. So, like, on the subway. So, Spider-Man swinging his feet in your face. It's kind of the same thing.
So, you walk across the street and into the Laughing Beholder, where there is a slight lunch crowd. People enjoying a beer on their lunch break. A nice cider. Marley, you would recognize the two Warforged who were here last time. They clearly have not found work and are continuing to just kind of argue, bicker amongst themselves. Dent and Pants. It's your fault.
They were the worst option.
That's why they haven't found work. The large beholder who owns the bar, Large Luigi, floats out from behind the bar and says, "Friends, mayhaps I get you a drink."
Yes. I'll have I guess a stout of some kind. Marley, do you want to decide for this, or shall I get you something? Spare you the decision.
I guess just pick something.
You got it. I'll get 2 stouts. And Chikai?
I'll have a stout too for my stout heart.
Stouts all around.
kind of looks at you, Deezin. Okay. And uses his telekinetic eye ray to pour the drinks and floats them over to you all.
Are we all anti-magics right now? I gust.
Nothing happens.
Books are true.
Thank you. I pay for the drinks, and
I'm
I
older.
find us a table. I get a. There's food. Is there like pub food or?
Yeah. There's definitely a nice hearty menu, pub food for sure.
Great. So grab, order some like greasy, bar food, fried golden, stuff. Just sort of it's a comfort food side of things for Marley, and I feel like is the sort of climate, is there a little sort of chilly aspect to things, or what's the temperature like?
Yeah, you'd say the air's a little thin. To live up to the moonness of it. It's people tend to wear coats, light coats. It's like a fall day usually.
Right.
There is some magic keeping everything in line, but
right. But some warm food would be good. Good. So just trying to create some comfort for Marley, and everybody in the bar. You said that these Warforged, is it sort of civilians, or does it look like a mix of characters and whatever neighborhood people?
Yeah, it looks like neighborhood people or local workers of some kind. There's some dock workers, some shopkeeps. Most of the shopkeeps are like not lingering; they're kind of grabbing their food to go. There's a little shelf that has like bags of to-go orders on it. But there's no more. The room probably could fit 100 people, and it's got maybe 20 in it.
Oh, okay.
So,
a lot of room.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's because the grab and go option that came up in the moon pandemic.
Right.
Very
the
smart.
moon. The moondemic.
Yeah, you missed the moon pandemic.
Oh,
It was, yeah.
it's Is
It's rough.
everything okay now?
But then everyone pulled together and did the right thing, and nothing bad ever happened again.
I was
ever.
literally about to say that. And we just knocked it out in like 2 months because everyone got a shot.
Boom.
Yeah. Everyone got their greater restoration shot.
Yeah, it was not. Turns out it
They were
wasn't a big
free.
deal.
They weren't
Yeah.
even charging for it. It was great.
Yeah, we all wanted to see Bloodshot in the theater. It was worth it.
Oh no. The alternate timeline.
It's about family.
It's always about family. Hilarious. Yeah, no, it was rough, but yeah, it was. I think we're not quite out of it yet. We're still pulling through. To be vigilant, mindful. Anyway,
Well, I'm
you've been
glad
greater
you're both
restored.
okay.
Yes. It's been intense. Life is intense.
Marley, it seems like you're not okay. What happened to you in the last couple hours? I mean, you were banished by the Raven Queen because she was cross at you because you told her no, but what led to that?
Oh gosh. Stuff that happened way before a couple hours ago, let me tell you.
Stuff keeps happening.
Okay.
You're too chipper.
Where to start? Maybe okay. So I left all of you all here on the moon because you had to go and do moon elf enclave stuff and I wasn't invited, so I went to here and I met this guy named Chimkin who was like this crazy inventor guy, and I met this halfling named Hester, but her real name isn't Hester, it's Lily, but she is a Hester, if you've ever heard of that. It's like a title. And then I met the Tabaxi that I'm gonna be meeting, and his name is Storm of Stars. I understand that he's legendary, so maybe you've heard of him too.
I don't know, have I ever heard of this guy? Let me see.
Yeah, give me a history check.
What do I roll to know a Hester?
13 for history.
13 for history. Arcana or history for a Hester. Let's see. Let me roll a D100 for Storm of Stars fame level.
Right, probably not at all.
Amongst
I forget-
merfolk, it would be a no-brainer.
Is there? Well, right, because of the goat ball.
You rolled a 13, Timothy?
Yeah.
On a D100, I also rolled 13. So I think you've heard of Storm of Stars.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the guy?
Whoa.
Huh? Is he the guy who sings that song? What is it? How's it go? Fucking Vecna. Is that the guy?
Well,
Do you know that song? I feel like I've heard that song.
I haven't
He's a cat?
heard him sing that song, but yeah, he is a cat. Well, a tabaxi.
But a cat, right? A cat man. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't know what to.
Yeah, not a cat, but a cat man, a tabaxi. Yeah.
Right. Wow. That's interesting. So, you spending time with this guy? So, you're touring, doing music or something? Or?
Well, we got work kind of on a ship that was just a real hunk of junk, and had a hippo man named Warminster. And she'll start to get kind of like welled up with emotion because she hasn't even thought about like Warminster and all of them in like a hot minute. She's been so focused on like the immediate friends that were gone, and it's like, oh no, they don't even know where we are, or that everything's gone wrong.
The hippo doesn't?
No. Okay, so yeah. So then we went spell jamming through space. Star chasing space. And eventually I got pulled into the Shadowfell again, and the Raven Queen was all like, "Hey, get my artifact thingy that I lost forever ago."
Is that what the
Okay.
Raven Queen sounds like?
No, she more of like says one word, except for recently, which is why I thought that she was a goop monster. Anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. Um, so yeah, she usually just says like one word or two or three maybe, but that's about like all you get out of her. Um, but she communicates real well with just a few words. Um,
That
really
immediately
powerful
contradicts what
though.
you just said, but okay.
So yeah, she was like, "Hey, go get this for me." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm gonna go do that." Turns out that it was in this evil dragon's hoard. And then so yeah, so we had to go and get it from the evil dragon's hoard, and we killed the dragon, and then we got it. And oh, also my dad like said that he loved me, and that was real great, and we kind of like made up a little bit. But then my dad was a goop monster for a little bit too. It all makes sense in the end. I promise.
Does
It's
it?
not.
Well,
I wrote it, and does it?
Contradict you.
the
It's
goop,
rude to
the goop,
contradict people.
the goop monsters keep coming up. I notice. What are these goop monsters?
We're not really sure. But
Okay,
they like replicate people, but they can't make like perfect copies of them. They're just
like
like
changelings, doppelgangers. But
kind of, but like when you hit them, they turn into goop.
Oh, everything turns into goop if you hit it enough.
Oh well,
there's merit in that
that's
opinion. Yes, yes.
but this is like more like that's what their true form is. I think maybe.
Hmm.
So they're like three slimes in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Or like when
I'm very smart.
a caterpillar goes into its chrysalis before it becomes a butterfly, all of it becomes amorphous, and then it reconstitutes. So maybe their default form is what that is. The
Yeah.
amorphous in between state.
All of those metaphors, yes. But in
Oh,
actuality, they are bug goops, and they can turn and look like people and replicate their spells and equipment, maybe.
that's terrifying.
Yeah, but
I assume my I
they've
assume my
got
passive
tells.
17 is telling me that she's telling the truth. Probably, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you remember from your interactions with Marley in the past, she has no duplicity at all. Like
Right.
is basically incapable of lying.
Right. She got sick that one time.
Oh, I don't feel good.
When we tried to fool the herb
I gotta break
craft.
it to you guys.
The
I
herb
didn't
craft,
like the movie.
right? Or the surprise party for like the herb craft teacher. And, okay, we're gonna fool him to come in. And it was too much for Marley. No. Oh.
Yes, what I was doing tonight, but I had a panic attack.
Yes. Okay. Well, this sounds
Yeah.
cool.
So your dad got better from being a goop monster?
So some more of our friends found him on the Goop Monster ship, I guess. Um, and then we went back to the Shadowfell and defeated the Goop Monster version of my dad.
Excellent.
So,
I didn't even know you could do that.
well, we did.
How did you
And
defeat it?
then, hitting it real hard and then setting it on fire when it was goop.
Fire.
Classic. Yeah.
Good.
You can also moonbeam them,
Ooh,
and then like they shapeshift back into goop form.
right,
Or you can
right.
also tell because like they're um the way that they act is like a little bit off. So like that's why I thought that the Raven Queen was a goop monster, because the Raven Queen usually is just like mine. She just talks like one word, and that's about it. But when we saw her after we defeated my goop monster dad, we went to go and like check her out to be like, hey, what's going on? Why is my dad a goop monster? And why are you letting that happen in the Shadowfell?
That's a
And
great question.
also, there's a lot of other weird stuff that's going on. So hey, what do you think about that? And she was talking in like paragraph.
Huh.
It's just straight monologuing over here.
What was she saying?
A lot of stuff about how she's totally cool with all the goop monsters like being here and all of the shenanigans that are going on in the Shadowfell, because it was all part of her great plan, because she wants to be with her girlfriend, the Lady of Pain,
Aw.
and she wants my mom to become her vessel so that she can do that. And so I had to give up my mom, and then I had to give up my sword, and I had to give up a lot of things, and now I'm here on the moon because I said no.
Wow. I am astonished. I don't take this the wrong way, but I didn't think you had that kind of fortitude to resist a god when I knew you before. So you've obviously gone through some things. Although I understand necessity with your family must be very important to you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
terrifying.
Well, it also helps that I thought that it wasn't really my god, that I thought monster pretending to be my god. So I think if it had actually been my god, and maybe it was, but I don't think it was still. Maybe she is still a goop monster. But I think if she had been, I don't know that I could have told her no.
Or well, for whatever reason, you stood firm in your principles, which is remarkable and noteworthy. You are definitely more than you were. You may not be feeling it, but I take it from me, who knew you from before. You've changed since I saw you last, for the better, I think.
Oh, thank you. I think I've gained like 3 levels, and one of them was a cleric.
Amazing.
It's
Well,
amazing.
I've kind of just been doing the same thing, so I've really advanced. So,
Drinking stouts is like drinking a turkey sandwich. It's really hard to swallow.
yeah.
But that's
you have to-
amazing.
but like a
Everything-
turkey sandwich, you have to chew it 32 times each swallow.
Everything you just said is amazing. More amazing than the previous thing. You're fighting evil dragons, going on secret missions for the Raven Queen, and then you're getting back from secret missions. And it's just kind of like, my dad's a goop. And then you fought your goop dad to get your real dad back. Then your mom's a puppet or something. I faded in and out because this is like drinking a turkey sandwich. But like, I came back in for the cool part.
Did you eat anything before we came in here?
What? No.
No.
I smelled a lot of crickets though.
Yeah.
No, I had those coffee beans that you were
That's,
giving me. Those chocolate covered coffee beans.
Poor man's speedball, right?
They were great. There's a lot of light in here. So
Yes. I'm just having a lesser restoration ready.
so
Just ready. I'm gonna let the buzz ride out as long as it's good. And when it turns the corner, I'm gonna be ready to like hold the hair and all that kind of stuff.
Is that like the druid version of the DD is one who has to have
Basic-
the lesser restoration ready to go?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I've got it ready.
no, Marley, that's so big and strong and great and cool. Like all the people you've met and all the things you've done and all the like you did it, all of it. Also, I thought it was a real bummer you couldn't come to the Enclave. I was like, Dad, let her come to the Enclave, and he was like, no, shut up. And I was like, okay. But like, I inside, I was like, I don't think it's okay. But I kept it to myself. And so, but anyway, I was real sad to see you go. And now,
it's not really up to us, but
But maybe letting you go was the best thing that happened because of all the cool adventures you went on. And I know you're like really sad now because like you feel betrayed by everything you've ever known to be true, but like you were strong. And you said no, and I think that's strong. Even though you did think your goddess was a goop monster, I think deep down you knew that was wrong, and you would have done it anyway. And now you still have your sword and your mom.
Andy with a. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, with a 15 Arcana, would I know who the Lady of Pain is, or not?
Yes, as sort of and feel free to tell me I'm wrong, CC, but as I have been envisioning the Moon Elf Enclave is that there is some manner of extra planarness to them. They they travel to the Feywild and other planes and such. They're travelers in that capacity.
Yeah.
So I think for sure you would know the lady
About Sigil.
the center of the multiverse kind of thing. You may not think it's the center of the multiverse. You may have your own
Right.
sort of
Yeah.
cosmological interpretation of the Feywild. Like there's a point in the Feywild that's actually more accurately the center of the multiverse, or the sun is, sort of Coralon's sphere kind of thing. And
part of my interest in the stars is figuring out what's where exactly. But I have a feeling. I think it's expanding. I think it's getting bigger. I'm not sure, but I think it's getting bigger. Like
I believe in a Luna-centered model of the universe.
That makes no sense. It makes the least amount of sense.
Right.
The moon out, baby.
You know what? You do you.
That's it's all right. You're very bright. When experience catches up with your imagination, the worlds, all of them, will be amazed at what you can do. I'm certain of it.
Thank you, Deezin.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I've seen
Marley.
a lot of worlds, and maybe some of them do center around a moon.
Thank you. What I'm hearing is there's a chance.
Yes. I think where there's a will, there could be.
But yeah, Marley, but everything you just said is amazing. And so I want you to feel better. How can we make that true?
I'm gonna order some food. I'll just go to the bar and order some. Get the orange food that we were talking about getting. While you guys have a head to head for a second.
I mean, right. Immediate concerns are I'm real. Well, I know that Storm is at least relatively okay because I got to talk to him for like a minute because I could hear his voice in my head for a little bit. I know that sounds really crazy, but
I talk to horses and plants and everything. That doesn't sound crazy at all.
I mean that just makes sense. But this is like
That's true.
he wasn't like moving his lips, but I could like, and he was really, really far away, but I could hear his voice in my head. Yeah. So yeah, I talked to him, and that's how I know that he's coming to meet me here on the moon. But my friend Hester Lily, she
Hester's are halfling folk heroes. I rolled a
Yeah.
15 on my Arcana check back then.
yeah. So she's I don't know because I couldn't talk to her. So I don't know what she's doing. I hope that she's trying to get here. But I don't know that she is, and I don't know any way to reach her. Also, real
Well, how come
worried-
Storm... how come Storm wasn't sent back to the moon? Where was Storm sent?
to down there. Not down there. Like Coral. That
Oh, okay.
Hell.
He didn't go to Cat Hell?
Cat
no.
Hill. You don't want to go to Cat Hill.
Where 89% of cats go?
That's where they vacation.
Well, thanks for clarifying, because I was awfully worried about his eternal soul. But instead, I'm just going to be worried about his terrestrial body. So he's on Toral.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like you should go meet him down there. It's just 15 episodes of missing each other.
Wait.
That would be hilarious. Two ships passing literally in space. Hey, wait!
No.
The meme from
Maybe
Yeah,
when the
talking
Raven Queen threw you guys at the planet, your friend Lily Hester missed, and she's in space.
That
doesn't sound like that would be my knowledge of spelljamming is different. I mean, she might be all right. Is she particularly willful?
Yes.
Obstinate?
Yeah.
It's greater likelihood of survival in space. Certainly in the right.
Yeah, I don't have any doubt that she can take care of herself. She's, pretty strong and all that.
And
Why didn't you land in the same place?
That's what I don't know.
Well, if this goddess was angry with you, perhaps was angry with all of you, right?
Yeah,
or
mostly
if she,
mad at me, it seemed like,
well,
but
it seems like you're very distressed. She's trying to punish you, and maybe if you're apart from your friends, you're not quite at your full strength, maybe, and it weakens the unity made against her. But she could have. I mean, the Raven Queen is a goddess of death, right?
Oh, that's one of her things. Yeah.
She could have killed you. Why didn't she?
I don't know.
Well, my point is, she could have killed you, and she must kill or take the souls of. If she's a deity of death, right? That must be part of the day. So for some reason, who actually she has a specific personal reason to be upset with, she didn't kill.
Unless I am dead. No.
I don't think you're dead. You seem unless I'm dead.
Sounds like something a ghost would say to me.
Right.
I pinched Marley and then Deezin in that order.
Ow!
Yeah, I could feel that.
Yeah, dead people don't feel things or bleed because you need a beating heart to bleed. And none of you smell. I mean, a little bit, but just like in a normal human way, elf way.
You're drunk. Have you ever had a drink before?
Yeah, there's like a lot of ceremonial wine and...
Yes.
It's all watered down.
Exactly.
I'm really full.
Yeah, it's very filling. It's like a meal, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to start. Do you want to sleep a little bit, or are you all right?
There's like a fist in my throat.
Oh, sorry.
It's probably fine. Well, okay, so your friend Storm got thrown at the planet, and you got thrown at the moon, and your friend Hester probably got thrown somewhere too.
Yeah,
And maybe she just can't hear your mind talking.
If you tried using the sending spell,
I don't have that.
you don't.
Right.
Well,
neither. Druids aren't very good with sending, huh?
guess not.
Well,
I mean, we could.
She's
probably...
a half-flesh folk hero, apparently, so I'm sure she's fine. And she's probably trying to find you, because who wouldn't try to find you? Marley, you're great.
Oh, thank you. I am kind of worried that, she might be still stuck there with the Raven Queen, or my family might be still stuck there with the Raven Queen, or my other friends, because there was also my friend Ariel, but she's really big and strong, and she would probably be okay no matter what.
Man, how is this the first I'm hearing about her? She sounds like the greatest of your friends.
Gosh, yeah. So, imagine the biggest, like, scariest, like, Shatterkai that you ever could, but she's not a Shatterkai. She's just, like, a person, but she's, like, really big and really scary, and is from a place that is a lot like the Shadowfell. So, if anybody's going to survive there, it's going to be her, because she's really cool.
Man, I went on such a journey just now, and I don't know where I am. But yeah, she sounds cool, especially because you ended with she's really cool.
And she also had a Medusa pirate as, like, a partner, and they were there, so they're probably good wherever they ended up, if they're
Marley,
still
you
there.
are burying the lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna order another stout. I think, for the table. I think, given what we're talking about, this is a very engrossing story. I mean, I think we could probably find someone on Brawl to do ascending for you if we need to reach someone. Look at
I
us.
have a lot of someones, like a whole note card full of NPCs and everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you'd think I would have kept better track of that note card.
Ooh, the whole point of the note card.
You think I'd have learned a lesson.
Just saying. But this, the goop monsters, honestly, seem the most concerning part of your story.
Yeah.
God, frankly, I mean, not to diminish your experience, but gods and goddesses seem so remote to me. Like the stars even seem closer. Maybe that's because I haven't met a deity personally. I don't know anybody except you who has. So I can't speak to that. But these monsters sound like a real danger. What you described, especially.
Yeah, 'cause, not everybody's got a moonbeam on hand.
No, we do. But I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds like something we need to spread the word about. It's a community concern.
Yeah, we were on a giant planet, and I know what you're thinking, like, oh, like a really, really big planet, but I mean like a planet full of giants. And they were kind of like spreading there, we thought, and so we had to like moonbeam a bunch of people. So yeah, it's a real community concern, you were saying.
I have Moonbeam,
Yes, you do.
and I was picturing a giant planet. How'd you know? Can you still read minds? But if it's filled with giants, it probably has to be pretty big. So I think both are true.
That's true.
I don't think the moonbeam has to be bigger though to affect giant.
I can cast it at a higher level, I think.
Yes, you can. Yes. Do you want some food?
I'm really full.
Yes.
This is enough. Stuff is really thick. It's like drinking peanut butter a little bit.
Yeah. I'm glad we ran into you, Marley.
I'm glad I ran into you also. I was
Consult my chart.
feeling really lost and having a lot to process, but just like talking about it has kind of helped put things in perspective a little bit. And
That's good. That's useful. Obviously, we're meant to be here.
Yeah, and I hope part of that perspective is, you're awesome. Like, you killed an evil dragon, which I don't feel bad about because you said evil first.
yeah,
And you took something from that and were like, dear Raven Queen. And I guess then she was kind of cool. Like, she was like, high five or five, whatever. She only said the one word maybe, but she was like,
in her own way, yeah. She was
okay.
pretty cool with me giving her thing back. I was called the emissary of the Raven Queen. That was pretty cool. And then she also called me her champion, which I thought was a little bit weird, but that's when she was talking in paragraph. So that might have been a goop monster.
And also right before you were banished?
She was
Or
calling me her champion right before it was banished. Yeah, well, that was before things went bad because I told her no.
but the same uh, uh, incident, the same moment, the same day, the same. Yes,
Yeah, it was
you
part of
were there. You were their champion until you said no.
yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Marley, all due respect, this sounds like a toxic one-sided relationship. Did you sign like some kind of like dungeon sex contract with like the Raven Queen first? And it's like a whole 3-book ordeal?
No.
that's good.
Who told you
I
about
read a
those?
lot. I read a lot of books.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You're
50
very
Shades of Shadow Guy. 50 Shadow Cards of Grey. 50. Write your own joke at home and leave it in the comments.
all the Shadowkai are gray. They're all gray. All Shadowkai are gray in the dark.
Unleashed.
Unleashed.com. So yeah, I think that we should bring this to we should take this information to the higher Druid authorities to just pass it up. This is no accident that you're here giving us this information. I think that it's it's an imperative for us to try and do something about this, and increase awareness, maybe do something about it.
Yeah, one of the reasons we're in town is because we're certainly going to be pulling up stakes soon. So yeah, as we do our travels across the realms, we'll make sure to tell everybody to learn Moonbeam and to avoid goops.
That's 2 solid pieces of advice, yeah. Also, the Raven Queen might be a little weird now. I don't know if that affects moon elves, but
Yeah, I sure don't want to be pushy, but have you considered welcoming your Lord and Savior Saloon into your heart?
I don't.
She was mildly inconvenienced for your sins.
Is that what happened?
And she set aside a whole hour for it.
Oh, well, it's something. Yeah, I'm unaffiliated myself. It's okay though. You can't do that. Can't do that. She's vulnerable right now.
I'm just saying, it doesn't seem like it's kind of one way. It seems like, but
That certainly, but
Yeah.
you can't just swap it. Look, please, you've got your thing.
Marley,
That's
people who
fine.
only approve of you when you're getting them things.
That's all that, yes.
You
But
know,
don't worry
that's
about
just-
saloon. Don't worry about the saloon part. The only
Wait,
saloon you should worry about is this one we're drinking in. Do you want another one?
That's very good.
Thank you. I felt inspired. I can't believe you're okay, kid. You really are more than okay. Actually, you're probably going to be running the joint soon. Can you believe this kid, Jakai?
She's incredible, really. She's always the top of the class.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Marley.
Yeah, we were.
Oh.
And you,
How was that
Jakai.
the top
I
of the
mean,
class?
no, we were talking about you, Jakai.
You guys. Well, so your friend's coming to pick you up, and then you have to find your other friend.
Yeah, but we don't know how. Well, I don't know how. I don't know if Dharma's like really, really smart with that kind of stuff.
Sounds like he's. Well, I mean, he probably has friends, right? Musician.
Oh yeah, he's like super charismatic and can make friends at the drop of a hat. Really.
Oh, well, then
I hope
sounds
he
like
finds his hat.
something. He's got a hat, apparently, a big purple hat.
Oh, I heard you dropped it.
Oh, well. I don't know what to do with that, Chikai.
I hope that's my dumbest joke.
That's good. That's good. I love it. You got me. It's those ones that just always get you.
Sneak in. They sneak
Right?
in.
See, what it is, it's not the joke itself. It's the fact that you're telling it that is actually funny.
Yes.
That's how it lands for me. It's like, I can't believe you're telling this joke.
I'm there.
So, right? Exactly. It's good. It's good. It's a sign of your precociousness, precocity. And I've completely forgot what I was saying, but that's all right because we were ordering drinks. Are we getting drunk here? Is that what's happening?
I think we were gonna go and tell the moon.
Well, yes, that's going to happen certainly. But I mean, that's we will handle that part. We have to. Right now, we're just minding. Your friend should be here.
Do you want to see the rest of the plan?
I don't
We'll
know if that
certainly
would cause
take
them
you in
trouble.
if you get stranded, but we are waiting here for a friend, right?
Yeah. But we'll do whatever you want, Marley. It's your day. I'm so proud of you.
Should we?
Do you think there's somebody that could get a message? Gosh, I don't even know where she would be. Cause let's see. Well, Storm is from Toro, and then he went to Toro, but I'm not from the moon.
No, but you're from the shadow, and she kicked you out of there.
Yeah, but then why would I go to the moon?
Just to get you far away, but maybe not. Like I said, she could have killed you. She put you in a place where you could not be okay. You have resources. You're not standing above a pit of fire suddenly. You know, you aren't put in a hard spot. You're put in a spot where you can cope. You're just out of sight, out of mind, out of their way. Which suggests to me that A, they care about you. They don't want to hurt you. Because maybe you are their emissary and their champion. Maybe there's a part of them that knows what they're doing isn't right. And maybe that's why they want you out of the way too. Because you're the one who's saying no. Does anyone else say no to a god? Probably not. So anybody who does that, you know, unless they're the enemy of the god, must be actually a friend of the god.
The Black Jammer's Cutlass sure didn't.
Well, who's this awesome sounding person?
Yeah, I don't remember that. Did you bring that up?
So you remember the sword that I had with when I was traveling with you all before, when I ran away from the Shadowfell time? So turns out that it was actually a talking sword, and it was also a pirate. So it talked in a pirate voice. And what I thought we were friends, and then we weren't.
Huh.
Really got sad right at the end.
Yeah.
Everything until then was great.
Well, it sounds like if you put your trust in gods and swords, you get let down. But if you put your trust in friends, better.
Well, and Marley, and you don't know how long I've been holding your hand, but it's actually been several minutes.
It's just not so tight. I think it's turning blue. Hang on.
She
shut our eyes. Sorry. No offense.
Turning a darker shade of gray.
Darker shade of gray, right?
It's actually getting more blood to her hand than normal.
Yeah, more. Right. It's like looking purple.
Oh, there's an uncomfortable warmness.
Right.
I can feel my hand. I don't care for it.
I don't like to be aware that I have a pulse.
We're a context-starved people, so we're doing a lot of closeness right now. No, well, it sounds like maybe it sent everyone home. And it sent you back here because this was your home. And, you know, And you ran into us, and she's the goddess of fate. And maybe that was fate. And so we're here to kind of, catch you and pick you up and tell you you're awesome, Marley. And yeah, you're waiting for your friends, but I would take this opportunity to reflect on the Marley within. The friends were the Marleys you were all along. And because really, I remember you being really sad about your family, but it sounds like you've saved your family and done awesome stuff that your family would want you to do. And, you're really beholden to your goddess, but it sounds like you kind of did everything she wanted, and then she kind of pushed you away. And this sword sounds like it was a friend, and then it kind of became a real jerk. So, I don't know. Marley, it kind of sounds like you've been everybody else's girl. Maybe one day you'll be your own. I made that up just now.
You wouldn't expect a cutlass to be double-edged, but there it was.
It's true.
Yeah, I kind of have been living for everyone but myself. I guess you make a really good point, Jakai. You're really wise beyond your years. You know that?
Thank you.
How old are you, Chica?
I think I said 149, but I made that up.
I see.
I'm
You're
whatever
drunk.
the appropriate young age for an elf would be.
149.
Yeah, let's not worry about it.
Now I'm getting Steve Buscemi. How do you do, young people vibes in your
Hello,
act
kids.
now? Yeah, that's what it is. You're like, I'm whatever age I'm supposed to be. Wait a minute.
That episode of 30 Rock, and I forgot that was a 30 Rock bit.
Yeah. Marley, I think you're great, and I always looked so much up to you when we were studying together, and so I really want to see you in the back half of this show really work on Marley. Not your family and your goddess and your swords, but who's Marley? Because I think she's pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I do have a lot of other external things to still worry about besides myself, but
That's life with others.
But yeah, maybe I should, do them because that's what I think is right and what I want to do. And yeah. 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 I'm going to think on that.
Good. Eat something, you'll feel better.
Oh, this stout is like Jakai said,
So
like
full.
You have to have solid food as
It's
well.
so counterintuitive.
I'm sorry. I'm going to pull the RATA card, and I'm going to say you have to eat something.
You got any like fried
Fits,
mushrooms? I've really been on like an all mushroom diet for a while. That's kind of what my
And you
stomach
want-
is used to.
We can order some mushroom cutlets. I'm sure that Luigi has something like that. Like huge portobellos or something for you.
Yeah,
Drank a
like
whole loaf of bread.
I'll cast less restoration on both of you. So you'll feel better. Oh, less bloated.
Fine, I can drink more. I can finish this stout.
Right, exactly.
New effect under lesser restoration gets rid of bubble gut.
Oh boy,
Less filling.
it was mostly air. It turns out.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
every time that Marty takes a drink as Jakai and does the little.
Thank you for noticing. I have been doing that.
It's my favorite.
And you're
thing.
drinking it the way Trump drinks water with both hands.
I think it was pretzels. Marty used to eat pretzels in character too, and it was very funny.
What kind of character?
That
Would
was,
eat
I
the
think that was
pretzel?
for she, and yeah, it was just
Yeah,
very
yeah.
squirrely. Put him in his pocket
Yeah.
because she always had
My
food in her
knees-
pocket. Oh, yeah,
my
your
knees
knees were
up.
up on your on the table, basically.
I would just keep squirreling little things in my pocket.
Yeah,
When
she-
you got it from the sea, would you leave little pellets behind?
It's a lot of pretzels spilling out of pockets.
Milk
Yeah.
duds.
yeah, she was infamous for eating fried rat everywhere, or rat on a stick everywhere we went,
Mhm.
and putting stuff that doesn't belong in your pocket. Stew,
Some pocket stew.
pocket stew.
For later, duh.
Obviously, I'm not gonna waste. I'm not gonna eat all this stew now. What if I'm hungry later?
Someone's never been a poverty kid.
Okay, so you all order some food. Large Luigi continues to telekinesis it over to the table.
Every time he's looking at me, I cast cantrips.
Just nothing.
You don't.
Just nothing.
You don't want to. I mean, provoke this guy, even if nothing can happen.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He could kill any one of us in a second.
Well, you want to flank a beholder. I read it in a book.
Oh, with 10 eyes on top? How do you flank them?
Well, just so that he has to be focusing his anti-magic beam on his
for
magic eye.
mad.
Yeah, his anti-magic eye on somebody. And hopefully the fighter, you get the fighter up there and you're just like, duh, like that. And then everyone else is kind of like, pew, 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 actually.
Have you?
And then he disintegrates like 1d4 of you a turn, but like, you can overwhelm him with numbers.
Chikai, I have to ask you, you're so cute. Have you ever been in a fight?
I once got in a very loud disagreement with my mom.
Okay.
It was tough.
Was flanking involved?
I had to go to my room and
Oh.
make a grounded save.
How did you do?
It was close. It was close. I started with a natural 1,
Failed 2 grounded saves.
but I got
Automatically.
I got there. Yeah, no, it was
Touch
I
and
risked
go.
perma-grounding. But
That's good. That was like right before you came to us, right?
Yeah.
I remember her walking you in and talking about conditions, probation.
Yeah.
Technically, that's the whole reason behind her whole buddy system.
I have a great
It's
memory,
alright.
and if I recall,
It's-
it was, here, Gerald, you do something with her. And the rest is history.
Right. Gerald.
Gerald was like, I don't know, this seems a lot like your problem, Susan.
I like how
It's like-
Chakai's parents are Gerald and Susan.
Oh, there's a lot of apostrophes in there.
Great elf names.
Gerard.
Sorry,
Right.
I
a lot
just
of, lot of silent H's and L's in there.
I just kept
Yeah.
picturing Professor X trying to drop magic off with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange being like, absolutely not. She's a mutant and your problem.
This is your problem, bud. She's a mutant first.
Hard pass, I believe, is what they're saying now.
Steven, don't go away. God damn it.
Yeah, portal.
It just
Stairs, my only weakness. Steven, you coward! Deuces, Charles, do check in. Sorry, he's from Philly. He ends it with John.
John.
And he hucks a battery at Professor X.
Where did you even get that? Did you bring a snowball in here?
I conjured it. I invite you to fuck around and find out, Professor Xavier. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons.
Finger of Agamotto!
The finger. Hoary hosts of Hogoth, this.
Who got these nuts? We are well afield, but serving gold.
That's right.
On the Doctor Strange forums right now.
It's true. It's true.
Ugh.
putting the strange in strange.
Join our non-existent Patreon for our comic book podcast.
That's right.
Fuck.
I think the appetizers are coming.
Food gets delivered.
Mm-hmm.
As food gets delivered, Large Luigi kind of levitates it out. He kind of floats out, and he's like looking at you, making a billion eye contact, and he kind of keeps like looking like trying to subtly attract your attention to the corner.
I'll look at the corner.
Yeah, so in the corner you can see what looks like your unicorn totem.
Okay. I guess I'll go and approach it.
Okay. As you start to go towards it, it was sitting. Although horses sitting is always dopey looking.
Did have a drink? Did have a drink in front of it?
Hey, rough couple of
Legs
days,
crossed.
am I right? No, it was standing there majestically, because that's much better. As you approach it, it gallops back into the alleyway behind the bar. As if you should follow it.
Never follow a unicorn to a second location, but okay.
That's how we ended up with a warlock on this stream.
Yeah, that's true.
And the origin of your mushroom diet. True.
Yeah.
Bringing it all back. Back to work.
I think I need to follow a shadow unicorn into an alley.
Wait, what?
Did either of you see that?
Did we?
No.
Okay. How many of these have you, did you eat at all?
I had part of a portobello. Good.
All right.
Found in my pocket.
Oh, Marley,
I ordered.
you should always follow unicorn. Whether it's some kind of visual hallucination-based metaphor or an actual astral unicorn of some kind, you're always so good with totems. And that's why, here, I want you to have this. When you left and I was really like, I'm serious about being a druid, I kind of carved this because I missed you a whole bunch. And I'll just kind of curl it into your hand. And there's a little, like, wooden carved bear for your bear totem. It really gave me the strength to persevere and excel in my studies. And I wanted to bring you strength.
Thank you. I have a mushroom.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm so full. It's like drinking a chore. It's like a full-time job.
It's your job this week to drink the stout on the job wheel.
It's tough. I don't think I like drinking very much. Adults are weird. And and I'll hug you and I'll tell you, you follow that shadow unicorn wherever it leads, except for off of any watch where you're going. Like Pokemon
Yeah.
Go. Like really pay attention to your surroundings.
I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good on you.
And I'm gonna give you guidance just in case.
And
Luigi,
yeah.
could you look over there? There we go, guidance.
Yeah, protection from evil and good.
Thank you both, and I'll
Hope-
hug Kai back.
Are you maybe gonna come back or maybe never come back? What's happening?
I mean, I'm following a unicorn neither of you can see into an alley in an unfamiliar place.
Do you want us to back you up?
I mean, if you want to follow it like 5 paces or something, I'm not
Yes,
gonna
respectful
argue against that.
distance. Okay, I'm
We'll
happy to
stand
do
at the
that.
door. We'll stand at the door.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll be ready, and I'm concentrating on this for you, protecting you. Okay,
Okay.
you're good. You're a good kid.
Yeah, tell them not to honk. A gentleman doesn't honk. Come to the door. You know.
Before I head out, I will reach into my pack, and I don't say this a lot on the stream, but I had it originally in Marley's picture that she carried a journal with her where
Mhm.
she would like sketch down like little things or write mostly letters to her dad and like stuff them in there. So she'll tear out one of the pages of something like real cool and spacey that she sketched down, and I'll give it to Jakai back.
Okay. Thank you so much.
That's from space.
Amazing, Marley. You're the coolest. Don't let
We're
yourself
all-
tell yourself any different. You don't lie to anybody but yourself sometimes. So don't do that.
And remember, the stars teach us that we're all from space. Anyway, we're gonna act like we're saying goodbye, but we're really gonna be 5 feet behind you for a while.
We're gonna
It's
just
be
stand at the door.
awkward. We're just gonna keep saying goodbye, one of those kinds of things, and then you'll probably just walk back, and we'll finish the appetizers.
Well, you
But-
know, we'll say goodbye, but we're going in the same direction.
Well,
Kind of
that's
thing,
right.
You know?
It's
Right.
gonna be real awkward until the elevator, at
Yeah.
least.
Right. What? What's? I don't think they have an elevator in this.
It's moon for stairs.
What?
Well, when they go up.
I understand what you're saying. I think you're drunk.
And then downstairs are a elevator.
The elevator.
Yes. Elevator. Delaware. You go downstairs, you're crossing Delaware. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, we'll walk you to the door. Do we see shady, sketchy unicorn waiting in the alley with a trench coat?
So,
Hey, hippie. Hey,
so-
hippie, come here.
so if you follow 5 paces behind,
Just a respectful distance.
when you enter the alleyway, there is nothing there.
Okay.
Marley, you
Mm-hmm.
clearly cross into the Feywild.
Oh.
And the unicorn is no longer shadowy. It's now kind of brilliant and beautiful. It has like a rainbow mane, and it just kind of is perfect. And it's up on a hill now, and it looks back at you, and it rears perfectly in the sunlight.
I have never felt more out.
Say that again?
I have never felt more out of place.
All this color.
Disgusting. I
Right.
feel things.
It's like
green.
It's like that out of place where you feel like you're infecting the environment around you. That out of place that you are.
What would you like to do?
I guess go and try and approach the unicorn.
Okay.
I'll take a glance back though to see if I can see anything behind me that's not Feywild.
Nah, it's Feywild.
Oh.
She's gone.
She's gone, yeah.
All right, let's go finish those appetizers.
No sense in letting them get cold.
All right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Cold mozzarella sticks.
You're all right, kid.
Oh, thanks.
um,
After this, we'll get your lenses.
Thank you.
so you approach the unicorn. The unicorn looks at you and psychically, because horses moving their mouths looks funny, psychically says to you, have you found what you need, Marley?
Have I found what I need? Well, I need my friends, and I found my moon friends, but I also need my other friends and my family, maybe. And I mean, I talked to Storm, but I haven't found him yet. And I haven't found Hester yet, so I guess TLDR no.
When you after you say that, you blink once or twice, and the unicorn becomes Captain Miram, who is the old elderly elven grandmother captain from episode 1.
Uh-huh.
And she says, "Oh, darling, no. I asked, have you found what you need? Not have your friends found what they need."
Well, I mean, I don't know what I need other than my friends.
Blinking again, the grandmother becomes the spore druid Brianna. And surrounded by her myconids.
Somewhere Warminster is terrified.
They move. She says, "Why do you think you need your friends?"
Well, I mean, I don't want to be without them.
Wanting is not the same thing as needing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I need to know that they're okay.
She nods very slightly. You need reassurances. You need safety of the thought of them being safe.
I mean, yeah, but also yeah.
And once you know that, what do you need, Marley?
Well, I don't know. I guess I need I don't really know.
Then it sounds like you need to make up your mind.
I need to make everything right.
Blinking again, you see yourself. You pull out a scimitar that glistens from your scabbard, and you say, "Then you need to take this. It's dangerous to go alone." And you will hand yourself a sword. And it is a scimitar of speed, and I will send you that link. But it basically lets you make attacks as a bonus action in addition to your normal things. So
Sick. More bonus actions.
Good looking out, me.
Future Marley comes.
The warmth of the Feywild fades, and you are standing next to a teleport, next to the inn once again in the street. Someone honks at you, and you can see Storm of Stars teleport into a small area of the city. He turns to say something to a man who just instantly vanishes.
Crabby, dude. Hey, thank you.
Deuces.
My passive.
Storm?
Yo, Marley. I tigger over to you and like jump on you and give you a big hug.
Give me a
Just
second. I tigger over to you. Very good.
Yeah. Boing. It's like feline agility, right?
Mhm.
Spring. Yeah, and like my hat drops on the ground. Just gonna say it happens. It's for Marty. And yeah, pick you up, hug you, all that kind of stuff. Rub my cat cheeks on you because they like doing that, And I'm
just the
purring.
biggest hugs and the biggest sobs back.
Aww, and tails like, oh. Woo. Let's get out of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, the street.
Where's hey, are those moon crickets? Where's Hester? Lily.
I don't know. I tried to contact her at the same time that I was contacting you, but then I couldn't hear her in my head. I yelled really loud, and she couldn't hear me.
Well, she's very resourceful. But she seemed to think that all this travel was second, like nothing. So maybe she'll be able to get here easily. I mean, can we? Maybe, I don't know. Try and reach out to her.
Hester, it has been hell getting here. You've had to transfer so many different times, so many different tickets. It's been a nightmare. You somehow got stuck in Atlanta, like real Atlanta.
Yeah.
Delta, fucking Delta,
It's
man.
Delta.
They lost your leg.
They route
They lost
everything
your
through
leg.
goddamn Atlanta.
It's the lost city of Atlanta.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Fell asleep on an old man and was like woke up drooling on him. It's been a minute. It's been everything to get here.
It's just
Is she like rolling up on onto Luigi's right now, like with
Yeah.
a steamer trunk and an
Yeah.
attitude?
just dragging the steamer trunk. Clothes are all wrinkled. Your breath stinks because it's just circulated air for the last what feels like 3 days.
And I had Cool Ranch crickets, for being honest. It was a mistake at the time, but it was like
They always come back.
Yeah, they gave
it's
you
a mistake that ages poorly.
they gave you the kosher meal, not the gluten-free meal, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah. Bread on a separate plate is still bread. Oh.
Okay, Lily's okay. So we see her, obviously.
Yeah, just kind of frazzled, probably holding a coffee.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna take your coffee. I'm gonna prestidigitate, warm it up for you. I'm also gonna clean you up, prestidigitate you fresh. And yes, then a horn happens. You hear a horn because I'm just so beside myself. I prestidigitate the sound of a horn too. Yeah, it's just cause. Hooray! We're all together.
Huzzah.
Where were you?
I went back to uni, of course. I just collapsed the handle
Arm.
tonight.
As soon as her hands are free, Marley's here.
Oh dear, very good to see you.
I'll take your back. Don't worry about it.
No, yes, I went back to uni, and it was marvelous for a second, but I couldn't wait to get back. I believe my mother's settled, so I can fully concentrate on whatever we need to do next. I have some ideas and plans about that, but Marley, dear, are you okay?
Is that all? You were gone forever? And I tried to talk to you in my head. And I yelled real loud and you talked back what Storm did.
It must have been very jarring for the people on the street around you.
I'm just really happy you both are back?
Dear.
Well, yeah, I mean, no put-out goddess can split us up for long, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? I look around. Ah,
Step under an awning. Just
Right?
yeah, right. Right? Up for birds. The ravens looking at me sideways. Um, uh, yeah, so we should talk about all of this. I assume, is there um, next steps? Like, do we need to get another ship? Do we need to find... where are the other guys? I mean, we're here on Brawl. But where are they relative to here? I mean, I kind of paid attention when we were flying, but like I don't really understand where we are relative to everything else.
Presumably, they're back in giant space.
Is that where
Most
we
of
were?
them. Anyone who wasn't banished.
Right.
Yeah, but what about Ariel? And what about your mom? And is your mom okay? Do you know if your mom's okay?
Yes. Marley, please. Don't worry another second. My mother is fine. She was sent back to Mirador, where as soon as my father recognizes that she's not a guest, and in fact his wife, they're going to start healing. It's going to be it's going to be long. My father's very forgetful and he wanders off. But I think she's settled, and I'm going to finish her business. I'm the Hester, apparently. But more importantly, I'm Lily and your friend, and I am here for you and whatever you want to do next. But I do have an idea. I spoke again to your goddess, by the way, and she was a real pill about the whole thing. And I gave her a talking to. I don't think it worked, but I definitely gave her my finger. But I do think it would be very difficult to get back to your home immediately. So,
Yeah,
Sigil.
yeah, who's into looking up her girlfriend?
Well, yeah. I'm sure anybody around here we could find a way there. I can legend lore the girlfriend. When
Oh,
Andy's
yeah?
ready.
Well,
When Andy's ready for that. But like
yeah, maybe next time.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, but
like I can state my intention to be like, look, I can do some deep research on this and see if we can get any info on best approaches or worst things not to do, if not things to do, which often in strange places is a better thing to know.
I whip out the page that Warden gave me and say, oh, yeah? Well, I got a number. How about them apples?
Oh, better. You win. That's great. I save a spell slot and we get there.
It's more the
Differently.
area code, if we're being honest. It just was a cooler line to say it the way I did, but it's really small.
That's really happy to hear that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have to figure out what to do about this hold.
Well, Marley, I don't want to do anything you're not comfortable with, Dio. Do you want this sorted?
Yeah. I don't want the Raven Queen to use my mom and do whatever crazy scheme she's up to, I guess. I don't really fully understand what's going on still. I need to make sure everyone's okay, and I need to make sure everything's right.
And that if it is consent, that it's real consent, and not just a puppet. I don't know. It's strange. I don't know your mother, and we don't have great history, obviously, but sovereignty of self is sovereignty of self, and if someone is surrendering that or made to, that is not great. So,
Marley, I don't want to overpromise, but you helped me save my mother, and I want to help you save yours.
yes.
Off-putting a woman as she was. But, and I'm no Andyist, but he's being real weird right now. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but like I think we need to get to the bottom of it.
What did I do?
You're being real weird right now. This has been brilliant, by the way. I have a lot of off-stream compliments for you. But
wait, you think that Raven Queen, Lady of Pain, and the what is it? Spurious deity known as Andy might be involved as well.
so-called, if he exists.
Oh. This could even be more.
It could be more convoluted than we think.
Complex, right?
Yeah,
This is amazing. We might need to bring some help.
Yeah.
If Andy forgets an NPC exists, do they cease to exist?
Ooh.
Only
If a
until
tree
you
falls in a
remember the name.
forest, does Warminster have like PTSD?
Get the willies right.
Or does he see it as like a victory? Anyway,
Oh, interesting.
these are all
Depends on
references
if
that make a
the
lot of
tree
sense.
Fell on its own accord or not.
Yes, of course the tree makes a sound. It didn't make a sound for your approval, Karen. So,
Who's Karen now?
it's the ferryman that takes you to Andy's afterlife.
Oh, that is a real.
Oh, that's
pill.
right. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
There has been a Karen.
Yeah.
But yes, Marley, with your permission and your willingness, and I have had I need to take these shoes off. There's not a D&D mechanic for it, but I need it. But we
Plus
can
two
go
shorn.
and try to get in front of this, or maybe intervene, or I want to help you.
If we're going to, yes, and if we're going to take on things of this caliber, we're going to need some help, / an upgrade, /
Another level.
Yes, and I just think if we're dealing with deities and domain lords, which I think the Lady of Pain qualifies kind of as, I don't know. Just saying. Not that we shouldn't look into things, but yes.
Well, I did get this cool new sword, and I don't think this one talks. Inconclusive.
Have you
I
spoken
got
to it? Hello, sword. I am the legendary Storm of Stars. Will you be my friend?
I detect sense thoughts on the sword. Make sure I can.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool looking sword.
It might not like me.
You can't detect thoughts at higher levels? Actually, I can't. I'm out of detect thoughts because I've been too much of a creep.
Well, you can. It just doesn't do anything extra.
Okay, yes, that's true.
But
I will cast it at a 3rd level, and then I will regain a 2nd level spot.
But yes, that is the thing I was about to say. You can.
These builds!
Doing that does work.
That was still in character, by the way. Hester shouts cheese builds. In the middle of his... Just go around!
I think they have cheese builds at
You're the one with the horse.
It's part of the pub
Yeah.
movement. Why is
The
there a
other
horse
lane's
in the
clear.
move?
So's yours.
Does he know who he almost ran over?
I don't think he does. Anyway, lovely to see you both.
Okay. Let's wrap it up there with the intention, obviously, of continuing this next time, where indeed you will all level up to 12. So,
And I got a cool new sword.
which doesn't talk to you, which is probably
That should be the level that lets us fight gods.
TFU did it. So
Several times.
Okay.
They do.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
Some would say too many gods. Not me. Some.
No, somebody might, but
Somebody.
that person's wrong.
Someone saying Navira getting the killing blow on multiple gods is too much.
It's not my fault paladins are broken.
My God, so broken. Note to self: play more paladins.
It's really 5.5 is clearly going to nerf paladins.
No, they won't.
No, absolutely not. They'll maybe fix Rangers. That's it. Okay. Outros and plugs. Timothy.
Hi. Excuse me. I'm Timothy. Little dry throated today. Thanks for joining us. It's lovely playing different characters that suddenly pop up. I want to plug Halloween. It's coming up. You guys have about just over a month to get ready. It's that special time of the year that only comes once a year, when you get to walk around with a bunch of fun freaks having fun. So let's all be fun freaks together. Okay?
Awesome. CC.
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupska, on the Twits and the Instagrams. And yeah, I wanna plug playing D&D with your friends, cause even though I almost for real cried on camera, although you wouldn't be able to tell because I'm very backlit in this room, uh, it's a whole heckin' lot of fun, and they be not happy tears because I would be sad about, well, I guess happy tears because, yeah, we were being reunited. Anyway, ignore me. Except for to say, have fun with your friends.
And Marty.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am just so excited to have this opportunity to just tell everybody to like and subscribe to our channel and just like do all the social media stuff and like just kind of click on things. Just keep clicking on things. There's so many things to click on. I had too many coffee berries and they were covered in chocolate, and then I kept drinking these chores. And anyway, I always follow unicorns, second locations, and just like everything. And also, Marley, you're the best and everybody's the best. Everything's so great and everything. And oh my God, dude, you're so exhausting. Anyway, yes, no, just do the things. Just do. You know what to do. You're an adult. Andrew, I had a layover in Atlanta. Just take over and finish this.
Thank you, everyone.
It's still an inside smoking lounge.
I don't know why they think that's okay. They think that somehow trapping it in one room doesn't mean it travels. It's smoke.
It's yeah.
Thank you all for playing today. As alluded to by Timothy, was the first cool day in a long time, and that made me thrilled because I got to wear a cardigan. It's almost October, and that means it's almost Halloween, and I'm excited. Next week is Grace Fall. Sorry, we missed last time. I wasn't feeling well. Dragon Lords will be back soon. I will try and post a tweet about that. Not sure the exact date. And coming up will be a Martha and the Mandos episode, perhaps the finale. I don't know. It depends on how things go. There might be one or two more episodes. And look for Werewolf the Apocalypse coming soon as well. That's it. Be safe. Be well. Have a nice night. And be kind to each other. Bye, everybody. Everything is good.